Brother, you asked a very important question. I mean, it's good because with all these conclusions, or should I use the word confusion, about what our forefathers were worshipping, I mean the worship system, one can complicate matters. Like I've said in several of my speeches, and it's also in my book, our people never worshipped any of these things. They never worshipped Arusha. Neither were they Christians or Jewish people or Muslims, if I may use the word. What happened was that before our people began to write in consonants, the writing that was familiar to most people was that of that looks like drawing. If you want to write something that relates to bed, you draw a bed, something that looks like a bed, So, and mind you, in Igbo language, let me use the Igbos for instance, we say Onyena Chia. Chi in Igbo literally means akaraka, destiny. Then the Igbos also believe that there is a collective destiny, that our destinies are interwoven. So that is when we talk about Chi Uku, that is the collective destiny of the people. Now, which is Chineke, that is he that created destiny, the one that gives the akaraka. Now, to write it or to draw it, you have to, because the word Eke, creation, can also be interpreted as Eke, which is a snake. So they use the symbol of a snake to interpret that which they are saying about he that creates and that gives destiny. Now, over time, people thought that snake is the image of the Chiuku, which the Igbos worship. And if you go to Igbo land today, you see it in a lot of communities. There are communities that worship that to them, not that they worship it, or some at times go to the extreme of worshiping it. To them, the Eke is sacred. It's an animal that they bestow a high honor on. Some people don't eat it, they don't kill it. They relate to it because it represents the Chi. And this is a wrong conception. This is part of the corruption that we embraced, because our ancestors did not establish that. What happened was that the generation that came after them begin to interpret things the way they felt it was supposed to be, and then they begin to practice it. This was done before ever the white man brought his Christianity. So, but people knew that something was actually wrong with the system. They knew that something was actually wrong. They knew that something was actually wrong with the system. So they were disturbed, and then they were looking for something that really looks or represents the real thing. So actually, when Christianity came and offered what it wants to offer, they now realized that yes, this one can give life. This one is more close to what we had originally. Because when Christians came, they came with our old concept. So that was why they were able to defeat the Arusha people. Because our people, we had the worship that serves only one God. And because we have the worship that serves only one God, so when Christianity came with the concept of one God, it's not like every community has its own chi. Now the people embraced it because that was what they were actually looking for. But they embraced a thing that resembled the original, but not exactly the original. So when you talk about this worship system, that was why the Christians are defeating those who are the Arusha worshippers, because the Igbo man knows in himself, because of his connection with the Chukwu, knows that the Igbos, all the Igbos their destiny are interwoven, and they serve only one God. It is not a community by community, no. That issue of establishing idols, Arusi, the name itself, Arusi in Igbo land will show you. Aro is something that is bad. So we cannot have worshipped in Heruraro. Arusi means that there is something bad about that issue. That is why it is Arushi. Ihe rụrụ arụ. Aru in Igbo language means something that is bad. So how can you worship an Arusi? So our fathers never served only Arushi, they served other things. But the main thing is that they are serving other things were as a misconception of the original blueprint that the ancestors left for them. So the generation that followed after saw the drawings and they begin to worship those things. That's why if you go to different villages, you see people giving honor or homage to certain animals because of the language. Because then people were using images like calves or drawings or stones that were or molded things, to pass a message. But people that came behind that don't understand the story behind the images now begin to worship those images. Until today, it's done in so many places, and they say it's their Omenala. When something that is bad stays up to 1 year, it becomes a tradition. And you don't blame the people because they don't know better. This is the only thing they came to meet, and this is what they came to find. So not that we really actually, it was in the beginning that our forefathers laid the foundation of Arushi. No. The Arushi thing came, the way Christianity came, it was borrowed. We served the one and only true God. The whole Igbo served one God. The Almighty, the Creator of the heaven and the earth. That is whom we serve.